Hello everyone. I'm so glad you have joined me today. Today I'm going to be playing with the Irresistible Blooms stamp set and a color combo that Vicki and I came up with. Now, if this is something you're interested in, stick around, grab your supplies, and craft along with me. For today's card, I am using the Irresistible Blooms stamp set, specifically the large image, I'm thinking. I may have to use the smaller one, we'll see. Excuse me. For my inks, I'm using Pretty Peacock and Pool Party. I have a 2 1/4 inch punch and a 2 1/2 inch punch. I have some of the loose frosted dots. I'm going to be using the Pretty Peacock ones out of there. I'm also going to be doing some embossing using, I call this the hashtag embossing folder. It's in the Basics 3D embossing folders. It's a group of 3. Love this one. For my card today, I am using a piece of Pool Party that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of Pool Party that is 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. I have a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 3 1/8 by 3 5/4. I have a layer that is 3 by 3 5/8. And I have a scrap of white. I'm going to get started, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white and I'm going to emboss it using that hashtag embossing folder. I will be right back. I have my piece embossed, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp, that's the large one, and I'm going to take the Pretty Peacock and I'm going to ink it up. Now, when I said I need my Pool Party ink, and I'm going to stamp it there, I need my Pool Party marker. All right, so I have that. So let me grab my marker instead. Actually, I decided to grab my alcohol marker to do it rather than the regular marker, only because I'm afraid that the marker will cause the ink to bleed. So I'm going to do this and color this in. And because that ink is water-based, it won't bleed with the alcohol marker. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to leave that center white. Now, just in case, I'm going to scribble that off, just in case it picked up any ink. All right, now using my 2 1/4 inch circle punch, I'm going to punch that out. All right, so I have that. I've got to decide if I need a layer behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking of using a piece of vellum. Okay, what you need to do is you need to take a piece of vellum, and it needs to be thick, and you're going to punch it out. Punch out that circle. All right, so let me set that aside, and I'm thinking this is going to go on here, but I'm not positive. We'll see. All right, let's get our card put together. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and score or burnish my card base. Now I'm going to take my double-sided tape and I'm going to put it down all the way around so that I can attach it to my card. All right. There we go. One more side. All right, got that. Now let me burnish my edges so that I can take these off easily. I'm gonna do that all the way around. All right. Now I have that. This is gonna go on my card front, like so. All right. The next piece is this one, and I'm going to grab a scrap paper to put it on because I'm going to take the leaves and I'm going to add some leaves here using Pool Party ink, just to give it some interest, so it's not a plain piece of cardstock. So I'm just gonna stamp it all over, and I'm not worried about covering the whole thing because the part of it's not even gonna show. So I'm just adding some pieces, and if I find I need more, I can always add them, but I don't think so. This piece is going to go on here, like so. Because this is embossed, I'm going to put it on with my double-sided tape so that I know it'll stick down. This has raised piece, the embossing has raised pieces, and there's a lot of them. So to make sure it sticks, I use my double-sided tape, which grabs very strongly. There's not a lot for the glue to grab onto. And so I want to make sure that this stays put. So now I'm going to take my backing off. All right, there you go. I think I will put it, nope, that's cut. I'm going to put it on this way. All right, so I've got that there. Now this piece is going to go onto my card base, or my panel, I should say. And I'm going to use some glue for that because it's 2 pieces of paper, so that's fine. All right, so this is going to go on, and it's a very slight border, but just enough to kind of set it off. Now, this is going to go on here, but because this edge and this edge are on the embossed, I'm going to put double-sided tape on those. All right, and then I can use glue on the rest, because it'll be, the majority of it will be on the panel. So let me add some glue here, like so. All right, and then this goes on like so, and I'm trying to match the top and the bottom as evenly as I can for spacing. So this spacing and this spacing, this spacing and this spacing. And there we have it. Now, time for this. And this is going to go on, I don't know. I'm not real thrilled. Let me try a piece of Pool Party, because the vellum doesn't show up. So let me grab a piece of Pool Party here that I can take and punch. Well, wouldn't you know, everything's dropping when I go to grab the paper. Oh, there's one. I'm trying to find a scrap I can use. And I found it here. Oops, almost. I think I might need to sharpen my... I think I like that better. I'm going to put it on with that. And then it'll go on with dimensionals. All right. And then we have to decide where to put our gems. All right, so let me get some dimensionals here. I've got a bunch of pieces that are cut. It's like the bottom. I need to use them so that I can get them off my desk. All right, so there's my dimensionals. I'm going to take the backs off, throw them in the trash. Now, when you put this on, make sure you put it on the right way. And I'm going to put it on at an angle like so. All right, now, let me get out my gems. Yeah, I had to make sure where the top was. Okay. And I should have my pokey tool, and it is downstairs. All right, so I'll pull out some different sizes. Oh, this is a tiny one. I'm going to use another middle-sized one. So I've got my 5, odd number. Let me see where I'm going to put them, because I've got to put them down and then pick them up. I think I'm going to move that up. I'm going to put a sentiment down there. I'll have to see what's in the stamp set. All right, and since my pokey tool is downstairs, I'm gonna make my own version. I'm gonna take a glue dot and I'm going to pick that up, put a dot of glue, well, maybe not. Not a good idea. All right. Oh my goodness. There, I will get that off later. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try what everybody else does. I'm going to pick that up with my scissors. The key is I should be doing this with my other hand. Because I am right-handed and squeezing the glue out's not a good thing. I may have to go back after the video and fix these. We'll see. I don't know how people do it, but they do it. There we go. All right, there's that. Now, I will get that off before I take my picture. I'm not touching it till that glue dries. All right, let me find a sentiment. And I have scrap paper here I can use. let's see. Ooh, hello. My favorite sentiment of all time is hello. I like general sentiments, so I'm always looking for them. And I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock because of the fact that it needs to be dark to be seen on here, I think. All right, I'm going to stamp this close to the corner and the bottom. And then I'm going to use my trimmer to trim this down. I got to give it a few seconds to dry. All right, so I got to get it straight. I didn't stamp it straight, I don't think. Well, there. All right, now we'll go this way. And I'm using this bar here and making my letters straight that way with it. All right, I'm going to use that. Let's see, I'm going to take my snips. I wasn't too far off. And I'm going to cut it at an angle. All right, and then this I'm going to put down here with dimensionals. If you want yours smaller, you can cut it smaller. I left mine the size that it was or is, number one, because my trimmer, I usually use my guillotine cutter, but I thought I would try the trimmer. Obviously, I'm better with the guillotine. All right. All right, and let's put this down here, right about there. And there's an idea for the color challenge. And I used the same flower and coloring technique to do the inside of my card and envelope. Thanks for checking out my card today. I hope if you made it along with me, you will share it with me. I'd love to see how you created this idea. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below. Don't forget to ring that bell so that you'll know when I upload a new video. Have a great day. Bye.